10 epic stadiums that were never built despite planning like Arena on the Sea. Stadiums can make or break a matchday experience, and club owners are well aware of that. Therefore, the idea of moving to a new stadium can spark huge excitement amongst supporters, but things don't always go to plan, and simply building a stadium is probably easier said than done, given all the finances, planning and infrastructure matters that would need to be addressed. Plenty of plans have never been brought to life in years gone by. Daily Star Sport takes a look at 10 failed plans and the reasons why, ranging from some absolutely ludicrous ideas that were never going to work to supermarket chains fighting back. Stanley Park, Liverpool. Liverpool's former owners Tom Hicks and George Gillett once attempted to build a new stadium and replace Anfield. A meeting with the architects behind the plans and Liverpool City Council were enough to put the pair off of the idea, with the money being invested into Anfield instead. Portsmouth Dockland Stadium, Portsmouth. Portsmouth planned to spend £600 million on a replacement stadium for Fratton Park. Portsmouth Docklands Stadium was set to be funded by the demolition of their own home and the building of 750 homes. But the plans were postponed in 2008 due to the credit crunch, and it was later revealed that the club were going to expand Fratton Park, though that idea came to a halt too after the club entered administration. Battersea Stadium, Chelsea. Investing money into Stamford Bridge has been a key talking point in Roman Abramovich's sale of Chelsea. And the Russian businessman had intentions of investing heavily into a stadium itself, ambitiously trying to buy Battersea Power Stadium and convert it into a ground that could home 60,000 fans. The Blues did not win the bid for the stadium. Leazes Park, Newcastle. Back in 1995, Newcastle announced that they wanted to demolish St James Park and build a 55,000-seat stadium a few hundred meters up the road. A small sports complex was going to be built where the previous stadium once stood. Those plans were later withdrawn though as local residents protested against the idea. Stadio dell'Aquile, Lazio. A financial crisis was the main factor in why Lazio weren't able to put an end to their ground sharing of the Stadio Olimpico with Roma. In the 2000s, the club wanted to break away from their rivals and put forward plans for the Stadio dell'Aquile with a capacity of 40,000, but their monetary situation meant they could not press on with the idea. U Stadium, Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers put forward plans in 2011 to replace their Memorial Stadium with the U Stadium with a proposed capacity of 21,700. The ground was going to be purchased by Sainsbury's and leased back to the club whilst construction was ongoing. However, in 2015, Sainsbury's won a high court battle with Bristol Rovers to terminate the deal. Siamese Stadium, Everton and Liverpool. Well, this was never going to go down well. A Merseyside consortium put forward plans in 2010 for Liverpool and Everton to have matching stadiums that share a spine, taking the expression noisy neighbours to the next level. The connecting stadiums plan was rejected. Shock. Bay Stadium, Barcelona. Although the Camp Nou is one of the most iconic stadiums in Europe, there have been numerous suggestions and plans in years gone by to adapt Barcelona's home. Perhaps the most memorable of those was the idea to increase the capacity to 150,000, then putting it on the sea with a bridge being the only way to access the ground. The photos look superb, but practicality-wise it was always going to fall at the first hurdle. Stadion Kajzerica, Dinamo Zagreb. Croatian side had intentions of producing a revamp like no other. They intended to put the ground inside a volcano-like structure, unrecognizable as a football stadium, with a hovering white thing floating about the center circle. We wish it happened, it didn't. Kings Dock, Everton. Recently, some of the key paperwork was signed for Everton to begin constructing a new stadium at the Bramley Moor Dock. But this isn't a new idea, they have been trying to move out of Goodison Park for years. In 2006, the Toffees put forward plans to build a 50,000-seat stadium in Kings Dock, intending on partnering with supermarket Tesco to complete the plans. A £150 million plan was put forward at the time, the club's third proposal for a change in scenery from Goodison, but was rejected by the government.